Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School, UPK. Star 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We under the leadership of Manager YAHANNA. What we teach is so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true biblical Jews according to the Bible, according to archaeology. You understand? We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group or camp. You understand? Preaching Officer Mardakia, hold down the Brotherhood class in the spirit of the Most High. Of course, you understand, when we do teach on Brotherhood, we need to understand that sisterhood goes hand in hand with brotherhood, man.
Right.
You understand? You cannot have the one without the other, man. You understand? And we're gonna get right into it, man. You understand? The Bible, you understand what a lot of Christians don't believe, and you understand, due to popular opinion. The Holy Bible, of course, is only for black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, for one. You understand? For two, you understand, we understand that this Bible is based on brotherhood, man.
Right.
You understand? This Bible is truly based on brotherhood, man. You understand? Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You understand? And more importantly, holding on to the traditions of our true forefathers, man.
Right.
You understand? Rocking those fringes, man. You understand? Rocking those braids. You understand? Brothers, you understand? Rocking the froze, man. You understand? Having the grills, man. You understand? Shoot, man, brothers, they got the full grills now, man. You understand? Normally, you understand, it'll only be on the six, 6 on bottom, 6 on top. But now, you understand, brothers is getting the full grills, man. You understand? And it's a beautiful thing, man. Why? Because everything that we're displaying in the I.S.U.P.K under Commander Jimmy Hanna, it can be found in this Bible, man.
Right.
You understand? This Bible that is in every black household, man. But it is the most ignored book on earth, man. You understand? Not a lot of people understand that, man. And not a lot of people want to face the fact that this Bible, man, is only for us, man.
Right.
You was about to do something, guys? Okay, all right. Most High in Christ, you understand? Let's go ahead and go to Let's go ahead and go to 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20. I think it's another Bible. There's some stuff up here, Shayala.
I was just trying to get it going for you.
Okay, no. It's the wild. I just want to make sure that Kaz got a Bible and everything. Okay, all right. Most High in Christ.
1 John 4:20.
You understand? And it's about to get real hot out here, man.
Right.
And everybody ready for what, man? Everybody ready for what, Shayala?
Hot girl summer.
Hey, man, that brother wearing my mind, man. Hot girl summer, man. You understand? I was at the slavery, man. And now they coming up with another term where it's gonna be a hot boy summer, man. You understand? So, man, like, it's to the point, man, where like we truly have to be prepared, man. You understand? We have to be prepared not only for what, man, to be able to devise and be able to see these things coming, but also to be able to prepare ourselves on how to conduct ourselves when we are around these people, man.
Right.
You understand? You got 1 John 4 and 20?
Come.
All right, let's go.
1 John 4:20. If a man say, I love God, and hated his brother, he is a liar.
You understand? That's just straight up to the bone right there, man.
Right.
That right there is very simple, man. You understand? How can you say that you truly love the Most High? You understand? But of course, when it comes to your brothers and sisters, you do what, man? You just straight up and down hate them, man.
Right.
You understand? You show no true love, man. You understand? Because in the Christian church, that word love just get flown around everywhere, man. You understand? Oh, I love this person. I love this person. But what happens, man? The pastor is sleeping with everybody that's in the pulpit, men and women,
Right.
and kids.
Right.
You understand? But they say that. But the Christian church say that they love everybody. Everything is about love. You know what I'm saying? And touchy feely, and doing all these crazy deviant things that they have been doing, man.
Right.
You understand? And it's just so disgusting, man, to be able to just sit back and just look at it, man, like, dang, man, like man, these Christian pastors are just filthy and disgusting, man.
Right.
You was about to say something, Shaw?
Come, sir. And that's heavy that you say that, because the society we live in, Christianity always put love as a soft word.
Right.
But love come with suffering. It come with checking, correction. You know what I'm saying? Fighting demons. It come with a bunch of stuff. Nothing soft about love.
Right. You understand? And you understand? Growing up, you understand, your parents will always tell you, understand, I gotta give you this tough love, man. man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if you grew up in a urban neighborhood or like a rough neighborhood, they will always say, man, I got to give you this tough love, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I would rather have, you know, that tough love. Pause, no homo. You understand? Then rather than, you know, some type of Christian love, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Christians, they're not going to do anything but backstab you, man.
Right.
You understand? All these fake other Israelite groups, you understand? These camps, whatever the case may be, all they're going to do is do nothing but backstab you, man.
Right.
You understand? And I'm actually going to read this post, man, that I seen on Facebook, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get into details, but just know that it's coming from a fake Israelite group, man. All right? It says, attention, Facebook, a member of, I'm just going to say fake Israelite group, all right? You understand? We don't want to give anybody clout or anything like that, but we need to, you know, like listen to this message just to see, you know what I'm saying, what our sisters are truly going through and the brainwashing that goes through when it goes to these fake Israelite groups, you know what I'm saying? When it goes to these Christian churches, man. You understand? So, attention, Facebook, a member of a fake organization by the name of blah 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 from headquarters New York sent me a nude pictures of himself to me, asked me for money, and had me believe he was my friend, but only for his own gain. Then throw me away to talk to another sister in the school. Then yelled at me. Then yelled at me to stop calling him. Men in the world used to use me, and now this in the quote unquote truth. So now, you know, to keep it record straight, you understand, this sister is not, of course, in the truth. You understand, she's in a fake Israelite group. You understand, I did do, you know, they do a little research. You understand, and just going by her name, you can tell that she is not in I.S.U.P.K, man.
Right.
You understand, but when you look at this message, man, you understand, like this message is just so, it's so downgrading, man. You understand? Because just like these Christian churches do, as far as how they treat women, it's the same way how these fake Israelites are doing as well too, man.
Right.
You understand? They would just throw away any type of woman, man. Just throw them away. You understand? Have sex with them and just use them and misuse them. You understand? Here in the truth, man, we truly love our women, man. You understand? We're gonna bend over backwards for our woman, man. You understand? Of course, if she's in line, absolutely. You understand? That's why, you know, like that's where wise counsel come from, man. You understand? I remember seeing a post of Captain Yatazak, man. You understand? Out of Wan, man. He been with Israel for 17 years, man. You understand? I mean, good night, man. Look at all the other marriages that's going on within UPK as well too, man. You understand? For years upon years upon years, man. You understand? You're not finding that in the Christian church, man. Right. You understand? You're not finding that in these quote unquote Israelite groups, man. You understand? You may find, you know, one or two, but we have multiple, you know what I'm saying, marriages that are truly lasting forever, man. You understand? And that comes with correction, discipline, and knowing how to take that correction, man. You understand? Knowing how to do all of these things, man. You understand? And that's what it's all about, man. You understand? When we talked about that word love, you understand? Love is an action word, man. You understand? Love just can't just be thrown, you know, like just thrown out. You understand? And just think about, you understand, when it comes to these sisters as well too, man. You understand? That's why it's so important, man. You understand? When you want to choose a sister, you understand? And you want to court this sister, man. You understand? Like, truly get to know that sister, man. Like, don't get to know that sister off her looks, man. Right. You understand? Because you can go to sister off the looks and she can be an evil monster, man.
Right.
Best believe, man. I know that off first hand, man. You understand? When dealing with these sisters, man, you got to make sure, man, that you are, needing out those bad and those goods, man. But with those bads, of course, you can get counsel to weed out those bads as well too. And for the good, you know what I'm saying, continue to do those good things, you understand? Right. Continue to, encourage her to do all those great things. But of course, with those negative things, you understand, of course, that's where that counsel come in from, man. Right. You understand? And that's where, like the men above you will be able to guide you in that right direction, man. You understand? Give me 1 second here. Let's go ahead and go to the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5. You understand? And this is just a beautiful thing, man. You understand? To be in the truth, man. You understand? Because of course, one of our mottos is no cowards and no excuses, man.
Right.
You understand? No cowards and no excuses, man. You understand? You cannot be a coward and try to come up in this truth, man. You understand? Because that cowardness is going to get up out of you, man, one way or the other, man. You understand? And you cannot make no excuses, man. You understand? By any means necessary, man. Whatever the case may be, whatever you have to do, man, you have to get it done, man. You understand? In this time, of course, man, the time is near, man. Good night. You understand? Look at it, man. We are in the midst of World War III, man. Right. You understand? And of course, we all understand, of course, in the truth. You understand when it comes to World War III, what's to happen? You understand? Christ is in the midst of returning to redeem his people, man.
Right.
You understand? So of course, man, the time is near, man, for us to remain disciplined, man. You understand? And be able to take that correction, man. You understand? And don't look at it as, as a point where, oh man, like I'm getting checked, or I'm getting correct for this, I'm getting correct for that. It's not because of you're getting yelled at or anything like that, man. Take it as, man, like, this is something that's going to benefit me. Right. You understand? Don't take it as, oh man, I'm getting tired of getting checked. I'm getting tired of all these corrections. You understand? I'm just getting tired of it, man. No, man. You understand? Stop being a B word. You understand? Mm-hmm. And just take it, man.
Right.
You understand? And just truly take it, man. All right. You got that scripture? Yeah. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 21. Go ahead. Now take your time, brother. You understand? Of course, man. Like I said earlier, man. This is the UPK, man. You understand? The home of the truth, man. You understand? Where Brotherhood was based, man. You understand? The base of Brotherhood was based in the I.S.U.P.K, man. You understand? You're not gonna find that anywhere else, man.
Right.
You understand? Everywhere we go, man. You understand? And of course, we are worldwide, man. Right. And people recognize us for what, man? Our discipline, man. Our militant ways, man. You understand? Let's give it up for the Hebrew Academy class, man. You understand? Class of 2022, man. You understand? Those those brothers endured, man. You understand? And and I had the privilege, you understand, here, to be an instructor, man. And it was just, marvelous, man, to just see those brothers, you understand, march, you understand, in front of Commander General YAHANNA and all the other generals and the captains and everybody, you understand, that was at the Passover, man. Man, that was a glorious thing, man. Very, very beautiful, man. To just see, you understand, boys become men, man.
Right.
You understand? And we're not talking about that group boys, man. No, man, not at all, man. Because we already know what happened to them when they tried to come to the truth, man. We're talking about true boys, man, that came out of the world, you understand, and was able to gain that toolage, man. And was able to gain everything, man, that was given to them. Why, man? Because they had the discipline. And they was able to take that correction, man.
Right.
You understand? You got that scripture, brother?
Come on.
Go ahead.
1 Thessalonians 5 and 21. Prove all things.
Mm-hmm.
Hold fast to that which is good.
You understand? And this is a bread rock scripture as well too, man. You understand? The Bible talks about prove all things, man. Meaning what, man? You have to make yourself proven. You understand? In this truth, man.
Right.
You understand? You can't say that, oh, you know what? One day, me and the cons, you understand, we're gonna go out to eat, you understand, we're gonna have a good time, and then what happens, man? You understand? That day come, oh, you know what, brother, man, you know what? I'm just not gonna do it with you. You understand? Or something came up. And, back in your mind, you understand, nothing really came up. You just don't want to hang out with the brother for whatever reason. You understand? Right. You have to prove yourself, man. You understand? You have to continue to prove yourself over and over again. Now, of course, yes, certain things come up, but how would you handle that, man? You understand? You gotta go do exactly like the scripture says, man. Go to He and He alone, man.
Right.
You understand? And that's good night, man. That's UPK 1-on-1, man. Going to that person alone. You understand? Guess exactly what you're doing, man. You're gaining that brother's trust, man. You understand? You're gaining that brother's, his belief in you to know that, that of course you're not no coward. So what? Now it can be trickled down, man. You know what I'm saying? Now it can be trickled down so he can continue to do what? Go to he alone, man, versus doing what? Oh man, I'm just gonna go, I'm just gonna go above him and talk about him. Versus doing what? Say, hey brother, man, let me just pull you to the side, man. You understand? And let's hash these things out, man.
Right.
You understand? Or be on the lines of, hey, just like it, sir. You understand? Just like I the one. You understand? I don't like the way that you handle that. You understand? And the other one might say, it is what it is. You understand? Should like about that. Okay, then y'all hash it out. You understand? But if the other one say, oh man, you know what? Forget about it. You understand? Dab them up. Shalom on Christ. Then what happened, man? Take them to counsel, man. You understand? And best believe at counsel, you understand? Everything is definitely going to get hashed out. You understand? Whether you're in the wrong or whether he's in the wrong or you're in the right, and or he's in the right, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we have these things set up, man. You know what I'm saying? For brothers and sisters, man, to be able to do what, man? Truly come together. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's the scripture of Zephaniah 2:1, man. Coming together, man. Right. That's what it's all about, man. You know what I'm saying? Because good night, man. Is America for you? You understand? Is Russia and Ukraine for you?
Right.
You understand? Like, we are truly all we have, man. You understand? But what, man? But we're just so separate from one another, man. You understand? The Bible is a truly, separatist book. You understand? But amongst ourselves, we want to be separate as well too. Like, come on now.
Right.
Like, this Bible is truly a black man's book. Right. But of course, here in America, they teach you to do what? Hate your brother and sister, man. You understand? Hate. You know what I'm saying? And, hate on them and disown them and do just anything and everything that you want to do to them, man. You know what I'm saying? That's nowhere in the Bible, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's read that scripture again, brother.
Come. Prove all things. Mm-hmm. Hold fast that which is good.
You know what I'm saying? You have to hold fast which is good, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to be that brother, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to be that brotherly brother, man. You know what I'm saying? And for the sisters as well, too. You have to be that sisterly sister, man. Right. In excellence, though. You understand? In perfection. You understand? And anything that is so negative to the point that, that you're seeing it within yourself, you understand? At time, you understand? It comes to a point where you have to self-examine yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to truly self-examine yourself. You know how they have an X-ray to examine your body. You know what I'm saying? To see if anything is wrong with your body. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's your lung. You know what I'm saying? Your sugar levels. You know what I'm saying? Your blood levels or anything in that nature. Right. The same thing that you have to do. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to being a brother and being a sister, man. Right. You have to self-check yourself, man. Right. You understand? And there's nothing wrong with that, man. You know what I'm saying? Just sit back, man. You know what I'm saying? Have a drink. You know what I'm saying? You with your kids, or you chilling by yourself. And like, man, am I truly being the most brotherly brother? You know what I'm saying? Am I holding on to my traditions? You know what I'm saying? Or am I being a coward? You know what I'm saying? Could I have approached this in a different way? Right. And for the sisters, like, man, am I being I'm trying to be, I'm trying to work on my cussing, y'all, man. So just bear with me real quick. You understand? Are you being a nag or a hag to your husband? Right. You understand? Continually over and over again? Because, sis, you may have to self-check, you know what I'm saying? You may have to do that self-examination yourself, you understand? And there's nothing wrong with that, you understand? Nothing wrong with a sister doing that self-examination on themselves. And truly, you understand, of course, brothers, you understand, especially the priests and prophets, you understand, we should be doing that. Man, good night. At least, you understand, once a week, it's like, man, like, how can I be a better brother, man? You understand? Or how can I become a better man? Right. You understand? You understand? How can I become a better man? So what, man? The men below me, you understand, will be able to follow in my footsteps, man. Right. You understand? How can I do that, man? You understand? How can I show, you understand, that I appreciate this truth to the point where what, man? I'm gonna make sure that my discipline, don't outweigh my cowardness, man. Right. You understand? You understand? Because, of course, it was some point in some time where you did make excuses. You know what I'm saying? Where you did, you know what I'm saying, say that you were a coward, man. You know what I'm saying? But, of course, just like the scripture says, man, when I'm paraphrasing, when you come into the truth, man, you are a new creature, man. Right. All those old things are supposed to pass away, man. You know You understand? And then what, man? You understand? You're doing all these, all these miracle things, man. You understand? The true miracles are only happening in the UPK, man.
Right.
You understand? Show me where you can find a brother in the Christian church that, that used to be a drug dealer, man. You understand? And he's following the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You understand? Find me in a Christian church where you can find a sister that was a ex-whore, man. You understand? And that's now lining up to be a true princess of the Most High, man. You understand? Show me these things, man. You understand? Show me where you can find, ex-murderers, man. You understand? And they just change their lives miraculously, man. You understand? Show me these prostitutes, man. You understand? These whoremongers, man. Show me those in the Christian church, man. You understand? Because these men and women in the UPK, and I witness it every single day. It's like, man, like, good grief, man. This is truly the home of the truth, man. You understand? This is truly where black people are truly coming together with no issues.
Right.
You understand? And when we say black people, we mean black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, man. Right. You understand? All the 12 tribes of Israel, man. You understand? And just show me where in just one instance where you can go to a Christian church or any other Israelite group, you understand? Or, when I say Christian church, man, I mean Christian church, fake Israelite groups, you understand? Islam, because all of that is a form of Christianity, man. Yeah. You understand? Because they don't, of course, only dealing with black people, they don't even believe in their own black constitution, man. So now they have to go on what someone else is saying, man. Right. You understand? And follow their gods, man. You understand? And follow these pagan holidays, man. You understand? So of course we just gonna wrap up Christian church. You understand? We got the I.S.U.P.K. and then you got the Christian church. You understand? The I.S.U.P.K. and then just everybody else. You understand? Because of course, man, we are the only ones, man, that are truly holding on to our traditions and holding on to our discipline, man. Right. You understand? What scripture we at right now? First Thessalonians. Let's go to book of Mark chapter 12 and verse 29. Yeah, Mark 12 and verse 29. You understand? Because of course, man, every black, Hispanic, Native Indian man that is in the world, they worry about riches, man, and fame. You understand? They worry about being TikTok famous, or being a quote unquote content creator, man. You understand? So they can be famous and be on your For You page, man, and do all of these quote unquote great things, man. That is doing what, man? That is great to America. But is it pleasing in the Most High? Is it pleasing in the Most High eyes, man? You know what I'm saying? That's what you truly have to ask yourself, man. And of course, you know what I'm saying, there's nothing wrong with having these things, man. You know what I'm saying? TikTok, Facebook, you know what I'm saying? What was it? Instagram, what's some other social media platforms? Twitter, Snapchat, you know what I'm saying? But are you truly using that to push the Lord's word? Right. Are you truly sharing the classes? It don't have to be this class in specific, you know what I'm saying? You can go back to, classes from 2-3 years ago and share it to your page. Like, man, because you never know, you know what I'm saying, what a person is truly going through, man. And they can look up the titles and they can be scrolling through, through the feed and like, man, I'm struggling with, I'm trying to think of a word, on just knowing the laws, you know what I'm saying? And you not even knowing it, like, man, let me just go ahead and go back, you know what I'm saying, 3-4 years ago, and let me look up a law class, just a random law class, and be like, oh, man, understanding the laws of the Bible. Right. And that person's scrolling down your page like, oh, man, this is something that I was looking for. So let me go ahead and look at this, and then bam, guess what, man? You know what I'm saying? You're not even knowing it, but what happened, man? You know what I'm saying? You're showing that person the laws in the Bible, man. Right. You understand? So that's why it's very, very imperative, man. You know what I'm saying? When we say share these classes, man, you know what I'm saying? This is all we truly have, man. You know what I'm saying? The internet is good night, man. Man, good night, man. The internet is just blowing up, man. Good night. I can have sworn we did a class on the metaverse not too long ago. You understand? I mean, good night, man. Like, like the internet is taking it to a whole different level, man. You understand? So, of course, man, don't get caught up in your riches, man. You understand? There's nothing wrong with having money, but, of course, the scripture says, It says for the love of money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a total two different things, you know what I'm saying? And I want to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that I, do make that clear, you know what I'm saying? Of course, nothing wrong with having money, you know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with, being, profitable in your business, but of course, when you love money, that's the issue, man. You know what I'm saying? When you love these things, you know what I'm saying? When you love when you love traveling, you know what I'm saying? When you love doing all of these abominable things, you know what I'm saying, with your money, that's the issue, man. You understand? But of course, when you do have your money and you're building up the nation of Israel, you understand, and you're making sure that you're doing anything that you can do to be a great sister and a perfect example of a brother on how to conduct themselves, then you're good, man.
Right.
Go ahead and read that scripture, brother.
Okay. Mark 12 and 29. And Jesus answered him.
Shalakia. Please say Christ, brother. I cannot stand that word, Shalakia. You understand? It's all too wide, you understand? Let's just say Christ.
Okay. Mark 12 and 29. And Christ answered him, the first of all the commandments is hear, O Israel. Mm-hmm. The Lord our God is one.
Listen, man. The Lord our God is one, man. You know what I'm saying? One Lord, man. Not other gods, man. You know what I'm saying? You all, of course, have a heart, man. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't, like I said, you know what I'm saying, earlier, it doesn't matter about your riches, man. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter about all those things, man. You know what I'm saying? It goes back, you know what I'm saying? You have to look in the mirror, man. And like I said, earlier, you have to self-examine yourself, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Every second that you should, man, you know what I'm saying? You should be trying to improve yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Talk to someone that is better than you and have more seasoning than you, or that's been in the school a little bit more. Like, man, hey, like I don't want, like, man, like I'm trying to become an outstanding brother, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be a better brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? Help me out. You know what I'm saying? What can I do? You know what I'm saying? To become a better brother, man. You know what I'm saying? And for the sisters as well, too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Call these sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? That are in the school that have a little bit more seasoning than you. You know what I'm saying? Of course, a teacher, like a sister can't teach, you know what I'm saying, as far as the Bible, but the Bible does say that a sister can teach, man. Let me see if y'all been in class, man. Let me get that precept, man. Let me get that precept where it says a sister can teach. And anybody online as well too, man. Look it up, man. She can't teach the word, you know what I'm saying, but she can teach something. And it's in the Bible. I'll give y'all a second to hear, or if anybody online can post it, you understand? Let's see.
It's like, is that Titus 2 and 4?
Let's hear it.
Titus 2 and 4, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husband, to love their children.
Mm-hmm. Go up one more scripture. Maybe two scriptures. I gotta
switch apps.
No, you gotta take your time. Did anybody put it in the chat? All right, no sweat.
Two more, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Titus 2 and 2, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience. The aged women likewise.
It says the what?
The aged women likewise.
The what?
Aged women likewise.
Go ahead.
That they be in behavior as become holiness.
Okay.
Not false accusers. Not giving too much wine.
Okay.
Teachers of good things.
It says teachers of what?
Good things.
Of what?
Good things.
It doesn't say that she can be a prophetess, does it? It doesn't say that she can go in a pulpit and lay hands, does it? You understand? It doesn't say those things, man. But let's go and keep on reading, brother.
Verse 4, that they may teach the young women to be sober.
To teach the who?
Young women.
So you're saying me that, older woman that has a little bit more season and years that they can teach the younger woman. So so the women can teach. You understand? They not about to do the duties of a man.
Right.
You understand? So what does that mean to the sisters, man? You understand? Somebody answer that. You understand? Y'all brothers can answer that in here or somebody online. You understand? What does that mean? Say that you are a younger Caesar, a younger sister that don't have as much seasoning or don't have as many years. Truly 10 toes deep in this truth. What does that mean for you? And y'all can answer, in a sister form as, you're a young sister in this truth and you need quote unquote guidance. You understand? Who would you get that guidance from? Go ahead.
We get it from the younger sister
Mm-hmm.
in the truth.
Yep.
From her head, her man.
Her head, okay, but what if she don't have her head?
Get it from the priests and prophets, the teachers.
All right. Let's stay within the class. You know what I'm saying? Let's stay within these scriptures right here. Just go ahead and read those last two scriptures again. No, you so wild. You good.
All of them.
No, just the last. What was that? Titus 2 and 4.
Okay.
Read 3 and 4.
Okay. Titus 2 and 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as become holiness,
Mm-hmm.
not false accusers,
Mm-hmm.
not giving too much wine,
Okay.
teachers of good things,
Mm-hmm.
that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husband, to love their children.
Gotcha. You want to reword that now, guys?
Yeah,
All right, go ahead.
the older women.
You understand? And of course, in a sense now, you don't want to just, just pick a sister, that's just, that she got some season or whatever the case may be. Of course, if you are a younger sister, you will want to contact your head, or if you don't have a head, you will contact the camp leader. Say, hey, just like I don't want, you understand? Like I've been trying to, I love the truth, you understand, and I understand the truth, you understand, but I do want to, learn a little bit more, you understand? Can you point me in a direction of, a sister, a sister, you understand, that has a little bit more season than me, you understand, or a sister that has a little bit more knowledge than me, you understand, when it comes to serving the Most High, you understand, and serving her man, you understand, and not being that nag, you understand, and not doing all of these abominable things, man. You understand? Because that's what it's about, man. You understand? Shai, you want to say something?
Oh, loud.
Okay, all right. No sweat. What scripture? What was he at again?
Mark 12 and 29.
All right, let's read that again.
Oh God. Mark 12 and 29. And Jesus answered him.
Ooh, you said who again?
Oh, Salaki.
Ain't no thing, brother. Let's take our time with it.
And Christ answered him, the first of all the commandments is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord.
Go ahead, brother.
The Lord our God is one Lord.
Listen, man, and that's what it's all about, man. You understand? When it comes to one Lord, man, you understand? Of course, in Christianity, they have multiple lords, man.
Right.
You understand why? Because they are a lawless people, man.
Right.
You understand? When I think of Christians, I think like, man, they truly don't even respect the Most High, man.
Right.
You understand? Like, I think about sisters, man, and me and Officer Bun was talking about this the other day. You understand? It's like, man, sisters, man, you understand? They will go out to the club, you understand? Have, sex, and then they will do what, man? Be in that choir, man, singing. It's like, man, like how much disrespect you have for the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? At least us in here in the truth, we know that we cannot what, man? We can't come in here unclean, man. Right. And what is that displaying, man? That's displaying that we truly respect the Most High, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong, you know what I'm saying, with having sex. Of course, we understand that sex is marriage, but of course, man, it's all about having that respect for the Most High, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? And making sure that what, man? That when we're coming in here, you know what I'm saying? Not with our minds in the gutter. You know what I'm saying? Not with our minds with, like, man, I just blew this chick this chick back out last night. You know what I'm saying? I just blew my rib, back out last night, man. Or, sisters, I was in the strip club last night. You know what I'm saying? I got hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be focused and locked in. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be thinking about any and everything that you just did last night, man.
Right.
And then what happens, man? You know what I'm saying? You gonna, tackle with somebody that was there, which you're like, man, remember that sister last night? You know what I'm saying? Man, she was fine. And missing the whole message, man. You know what I'm saying? It can be, like a Sabbath service or whatever the case may be. You're just like, man, you remember that sister last night, man? Like, your sister's like, oh, man, sis, do you see all the men in there last night? Blah, blah, blah. And you're missing the whole objective of everything, man.
Right.
Just missing it all. Yeah. Now, of course, that's not happening in I.S.U.P.K and Community and YAHANNA. Of course, that's happening in all these other forms of Christianity, man. You understand? All these different types of forms of Christianity, that's where it's happening at, man. You understand? You know why? Because they are truly sexual deviants, man. You understand? They follow after the Roman Catholic Church, man. You understand? And the Roman Catholic Church is the deviance of them all, man.
Right.
You understand? That's all they care about, man. You understand? Molestation, man. You understand? They don't care about, pulling out scriptures and precepts. They trying to pull up little boys and girls skirts, man.
Right.
Little boys and girl skirts. And yes, I did say skirts, man. You understand? Because that is what's truly being displayed now, man. I know everybody's seen that picture of Russell Westbrook
Oh man.
wearing a full-blown skirt, man.
Yeah.
Come on now. Like, we're seeing this right before our eyes, man, of how America is crushing and destroying Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, man. We're seeing it right before our eyes, man. But of course, we can look at it and be like, oh man, that brother's just going through some things. You know what I'm saying? That brother's doing this, that brother's doing that. No, man. Those are the demons of America, man. That is truly over that brother, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we're this is just not new. You know what I'm saying? This is happening, years and years and now, man.
Right.
But what happens now, man? We're seeing it more and more every single day, every single day, every single day. Every single day something else comes up, you know what I'm saying, dealing with this LGBTQ plus community, man. You know what I'm saying? These are different lords, man, that you are serving, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not serving the all most high power. You understand? You're serving yourself. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, you're serving yourself like, oh man, you understand? I want to do all these things. Although I know that, serving God is right. I know, that I'm not supposed to be doing X, Y, and Z. But this over here, guess what? It feels right.
Right.
It feels good to my heart. God knows my heart. You understand? God knows my heart, so he know that I want to do the right thing.
Right.
But man, the lust of America has your mind just so jammed up to the point where you're not able to focus on one thing and get that one thing done, man.
Right.
You understand? We got any comments or anything online?
Come.
All right, let's go.
Marcus Harris said, he said on Sunday morning, hypocrite. I guess he's talking about.
Oh yeah, man.
And,
Yeah, man. Be in the club. You know what I'm saying? One morning, you know what I'm saying? Be drunk out of your mind. Sleep with whoever you see first, and then you in church first row with the same skirt that you had on in the club.
right.
You understand? You got the same fit on that you had on in the club, man. You understand? And that's happening within these, within these other forms of Christianity as well too, man.
Right.
You understand? I'm not for certain if everybody, remember last year it was another form of Christianity group that was in the club. You understand? And they were supposed to be quote unquote observing the Passover, man.
Right.
You understand? I mean, good night, man. You understand? They having bottle girls. You understand? They having girls that's half dressed. It's like, man, like who made you? You understand? It's like, man. But when you think about it, it's like, man, they just following the ways of America, man.
Right.
You understand? They're just so Americanized. They just love America so much, but they quote unquote supposed to be woken in the truth, man. That's how they're supposed to be. You understand? That's what they're supposed to be living by. You understand? Let's go ahead and go to First John chapter 15 and verse 12. First John chapter 15 and verse 12. You understand? Because it's truly all about, man, you understand, showing that true love, man.
Right.
You understand? Showing that true love to your brothers and sisters, man. You understand? And that's what it's all about, and that's all it's ever been about, man. You understand? That's all this Bible is about, man. You understand? You think about it, man. You understand? Showing a brother and sister that Christ is a black man, that's brotherhood right there, man.
Right.
You understand? Showing a brother and sister that you can't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, guess what that is, man? That's brotherhood, man. You understand? Showing a little child that they have to be, that they have to be obedient to you, in a sense where you understand, like they understand you. Guess what, man? You're even showing your own kids brotherhood and sisterhood, man. You understand? Telling the sisters like, hey, listen, sis, man, I understand, you understand, we was at the club, you understand, yada, 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 whatever the case may be, but listen, if we lay down, sex is marriage, sis.
Right.
Even though that you can see that sister as being your rib, guess what you're first doing? You're showing that sister what, man? Showing that sister brotherhood, man.
Right.
You understand? And that's what it's all about, man. You understand? It's not all about, oh, man, I'm going to keep this truth all to myself. No, man. You understand? Every chance that you can get, man. You understand? Whether it's just passing out a flyer, man. You understand? Or whether it's just, whether you're at your slavery, you understand? And, people ask you questions, you understand? Of course, you don't want to, solicit, soliciting, you understand? You don't want to just go out there, rigorous and, ambitious at your job and lose your job. But at the same sense, man, if a brother or sister, notice something a little different about you, you understand? That's an open opportunity right there. Like, hey, man, you know about this truth, you understand? And if they hear you, they don't. If they do, they do, man.
Right.
You understand? But it's all based around brotherhood, man.
Right.
You understand? And that's what it's truly all about, man. And sisterhood as well, too. You understand? We just gave you a scripture on what, the older sisters can do, man.
Right.
You understand? We just showed you that. So, I mean, good night, man. Like, what else, what else can you truly want, man? What scripture, I told you to get?
John 15 and 12.
Yeah, 1 John.
1 John?
Yeah, 1 John 15 and 12. Shaya, go ahead and check that out, brother. See what's going on outside. Yeah. Yeah. First John. No. It's just like it. I may have meant John 15 and 12. My apologies, brother.
I'm right there.
Okay. All right. Let's get it.
Okay. John 15 and 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another,
Right.
as I have loved you.
You understand? This is very simple, man, but it's so overlooked, man. You understand? This is so simple but overlooked, man. You understand? In the Christian church, you think that your Christian pastor is telling you these scriptures? You understand? Read the scripture one more time, man.
God. This is my commandment, that ye love one another, as I have loved you.
You understand? And this is a commandment, man. You understand? This is truly a commandment. And guess what, man? We struggle with this in the world, man. And in the world of Black Latinos and Native Indians, we struggle with this, man.
Right.
You understand why? Because we truly want to love another world. What's that? Yeah. It was some more left. Yeah. You understand? This is something that we struggle with, man.
Right.
In the world of Black Latinos and Native Indians, we have our own world, man. You understand? We have our world of what, man? You understand? Truly how the Most High wants us to be, man.
Right.
You understand? But what happens, man? We want to follow these other worlds, man. You understand? We want to follow the world of America, man. You understand? We want to follow the world of Islam. You understand? We want to follow the world of the Arabs, the East Indians. You understand? The Africans. Good night, man. I cannot stand those filthy, disgusting Africans, man.
Right.
You understand? We want to follow the ways of the so-called European man. You understand? That's what we want to do, man.
Right.
You understand? That's the wild right there. That's what we want to do, man. And this has been our issue, man, for years upon years, man. You understand? This has truly been our issue, man. Read that scripture one more time, brother.
Come on, God.
John 15 and 12, yeah.
John 15 and 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go to drop that. Let's go to Matthew chapter 18 and verse 6. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just very, very self-explanatory, man. It's just straight to the point, man. To the point where, you know, you can be reading this to a kindergarten or a third or fourth grade, and they'll be able to understand it, man. You know what I'm saying? But why isn't your Christian church doing it, man? You know what I'm saying? Because it goes back to what we was talking about earlier, man. Right. All they care about is riches and fame, man. Right. How much money can you put in that in that basket? You understand? That's gonna do what? Go in that Christian pastor church, man. Right. I should like it not in the church, but in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? Literally. You understand? It's gonna go in his pocket literally, and he's gonna look at you like, man, good night, man. All right, well, I got you again. I got you again, over and over again, man. I remember being in a Christian church, man. You know what I'm saying? For years and years, and I would just sit back and like, man, something is not right with that, man. They would pass that collection plate around at least 10 to 15 times all throughout the service. I'm like, man, like, come on now, like, it doesn't cost that much to, to keep this building up in the float. Right. Like, man, like, where is all that other money going? But then, of course, when you go outside, what you see, man, you see the pastor in a brand new Cadillac, Cadillac Denali. You understand? Like you seen a pastor taking trips. Say, oh man, I'm gonna be off for a week. You understand? I'm gonna be off for a week, and pastor such and such, she's gonna lead the congregation. While he's doing what? While he's doing Lord knows what. You understand? With grandma's money, man. You understand? With your money. You understand? With your rent money, man. You understand? I never understood it, man. Go ahead, brother.
Matthew 18 and 26.
Verse 6.
Oh, mm-hmm. Matthew 18 and 6. But
that's why I take your time.
But whoso shall offend one of these little ones, which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea.
Read it one more time.
Okay. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea.
You understand now? Does anybody know what a millstone is? Nah. Go ahead.
Big rock.
There he is. So like, think of, something being tied around your neck. You understand? Think of something being tied around your neck, and think of that millstone is about the big of this table right here. Right. You understand? What's gonna happen to you, man, if you get thrown in the sea? You going down very quickly, man. Down very, very, very quickly, man. You understand? And what this scripture is saying, man, it's better to kill yourself than to offend your brother in any way, man. Right. You understand? It's better to truly kill yourself with a big old milestone that is big as this table than for you to offend your brother, man. You understand? Just think about, you understand? And is this written in red? You understand? Think about what Christ is truly saying right here, man. You understand? This is Matthew chapter 18, verse 6, man. You understand? Think about that, man. You understand? If you want to offend your brother, Christ is saying, you know what? And this table is big, man. You understand? Think about you getting this, getting this table, tying it around your neck, and then you getting tossed in the sea or in the ocean, you understand? With the sharks, you understand? And with all these other reptiles and the jellyfish. It's better for you to kill yourself than truly to offend your brother, man. Right. Think about how heavy that is, man. You understand? You cannot tell me that this Bible does not have a circulation of brotherhood, man, all through it, man. Right. You understand? That's what it's all about, man. You understand? Not offending your brother, man. And of course, and you may not know that you're offending your brother, but of course, if you are on the other side and you feel offended, you might as well do the same thing. Right. Instead of doing what? Going to he and he alone, you might as well take take that same large millstone, tie it around your neck, and go kill yourself, man. Than to say that you're offended and not go to the brother and not go to he alone. You might as well tie that big old millstone around your neck and go kill yourself, man.
Right.
This is what the Bible is saying, man. Not me, man. You understand? So if any brother offends you, what should you do, man? Brotherhood 101. Anybody in the classroom or online. Go ahead, Ashayam.
Go to him and him alone.
Go to him and him alone, man. You understand? Do not feel that you're, that you're shaken up because, he may outrank you or, he may be, below you or anything in that nature. No, man. Go to he and he alone, man. You understand? We got phones now. Think about it, man. They didn't have phones back then.
Right.
It's making it so easy. Like, hey, man, listen, brother. You understand? Like, listen, you understand? Like, listen, I don't want Shalat, you understand? Back in back day, you understand? Whatever the case may be, it took it came to the point where what, man? Like, I wasn't, I didn't feel the way that, that you treated me on such and such day. All right, actually, you understand? Like, let's talk about it. You understand? Like, what was going on? You understand? What happened? You understand? What was transpiring? Let's, let's hash it out, man. That's not what the Christian church does, man. You understand? The Christian church is going to do what? Going to backstab you, man. Keep on backstab you. Keep on talking about you behind your book, man. You understand? And what is this showing, man? What is this showing right here, man? Let's stay in the class. This scripture right here. What is this displaying right here, man? What is this displaying right here? This scripture right here. Read the scripture one more time.
Come. Matthew 18, verse 6. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones, which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea.
Hey. All right, most high Christ. Read the scripture one more time, Akaz.
Come. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones, which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea.
You know what I'm saying? What is this scripture, displaying and displaying what you should have in order to not to do this, in order not to offend your brother, man? What is this displaying? So say if, I do feel offended and I go to that brother, what is that displaying? Remember, stay within the class. Go ahead, Shayala. Discipline, man.
Right.
That's showing that you have some sense of discipline, man. You understand? It's not hard to go to a brother. You understand? Like people in the world, you understand, they shaking up, you understand, they feel afraid. No, man. If you feel offended by a brother, man, listen, I'm not saying this. This is coming out of Christ's own mouth, man. Read the scripture one more time, Akaz. Just so this can be embedded in our mindsets, man. Just so we can see and hear the importance of brotherhood, man, and why we should display that discipline, man, and why we should be able to take correction. You understand? Go ahead, brother.
But whoso shall offend one of these little ones, which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea.
You understand? Don't allow Shaitan, man, be right in your pocket, right in your book bag, waiting for you to devour your brother, man. You understand? Because when you don't go to your brother, man, you're killing him and you, man.
All right.
You understand? You're not displaying what Christ truly died for, man.
Right.
You understand? That's what you're not doing, man. You understand? 1 second here. Let's go to where we at here? Let's go to James chapter 1 and verse 12. James chapter 1 and verse 12, man. Go ahead. I'll show y'all.
That's also heavy that you say that about going. What Christ said, going to your brother, going to him and him alone. Because even in the black household, when you got a situation in the house, or if your dad chastises you, if you whispering, acting like a coward, you gonna say, "Yo, speak up."
Right.
Pull your chest out. Say what's wrong with you.
Facts.
And that's the same thing Christ saying. Be a man and go to that brother.
Facts.
The same way your dad tell you to deal with him like a man.
Facts. You understand? Facts. You know what I'm saying? And that's real heavy. You know what I'm saying? But of course, that's one instance. But of course, in a lot of households as well too. You understand? You are always told to do what, man? Stay out of grown folks' business.
Right.
You understand? Don't don't get puffed up.
Right.
You understand? It don't matter what age, man. And I remember, Commander Jenny Hanna had gave the story of him and General I.S.U.P.K. You understand how General I.S.U.P.K. had asked him, did he do these terrible things that they are saying about you?
Right.
And Commander Jenny Hanna broke it down to the point like, man, he said if you are a trooper or a young man, if you hear something about me, what did he say? Does anybody remember what Commander Jenny Hanna said? Go ahead, Kaz.
Oh, yeah, come on. He said, come to me. He's like, come and just ask me.
He said, come and just ask him, man. And what is that displaying? Brotherhood, man.
Right.
But it's one word that I'm looking for. One word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Stay within the class. Stay within the class. Discipline, man. That's what it's displaying, man.
Right.
It's displaying discipline, man. You know what I'm saying? We have the the leader of Israel, man, Commander Jenny Hanna saying, if a trooper has an issue with me, to come and talk to me, man.
Right.
Now, imagine you in the Christian church. Imagine you in the Christian church and you have an issue with your pastor. Who you gonna go talk to? Can you even talk to that pastor? 9 out of 10 times? What you gotta do? You gotta talk to a secretary. You gotta set up an appointment. He's gonna be backed up with all the quote unquote BS because he's so busy and all these abominable things. What's gonna happen then? Oh man, I'm just gonna forget about it. Is that displaying what Christ died for? Is that displaying what the scripture we just read? Matter of fact, let's go back there, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. That's a precept right there, man. Shalakia.
Okay.
That is a precept among precepts right there, man. You understand? And this is just so heavy, man. You understand? Because, when you look at, Christianity and you look at us, it's like, why would I want to go in that Christian church, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I even, be in in the same conversation as a Christian church, man? You can't, man. You can't, man, because they lack discipline, man. And they do not want to take correction, man. And they do not want to do, what Christ is saying right here, man, in this scripture right here, man. Matthew chapter 18 and verse 6, man. And then we're going to move along, man. Yeah, please.
Okay. Matthew 18 and 6. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones, which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea.
Good night, man. Think about, man, how pivotal and how imperative and how important that is, man. To wrap that around your mind, man.
Right.
To wrap that around your mindset to the point where it's like, man, anybody offend me? Bam, I'm going to this scripture right here. Bam, I'm going to that brother. He alone. If you don't hear me out, bam, we're going to counsel just like that. With an instance.
Right.
Think about how many less killings there would be in the black community, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Brothers get offended off stepping on their Jordans.
Right.
Like, come on now, like, we can't hash that out. Think about how many less sisters will be in these quote unquote brawls, in these fights, all because of what, man? All because of a sister said that she's ugly, or and tell what these sisters be saying now, man. You know what I'm saying? They be going off the wall now, man. You know what I'm saying? With these things, it's just so crazy, man. Of the stuff that I'll be hearing, I'm like, man, did she really just tell that sister that? And
Right.
she really did. And then they start fighting and doing all these crazy abominable things. It's like, man, like, what's really going on? Go ahead, bro.
Sisters will fight if another sister put on Facebook her refrigerator don't work.
Man, and listen, I'm trying, man. And that Facebook, man, good grief, man. That Facebook is something else, man. That Facebook is truly something else, man. It's like, man, like, good, man. Like, I remember, when Facebook truly came out, man. It was for one purpose and one person only. For one purpose and one purpose only, man. It was supposed to be for, man, what's the word I'm looking for? For our college students to be able to connect with other college students. You understand? And college students so they can network. You know what I'm saying? It was a network mechanism, you know what I'm saying, for jobs and all that. And I remember, you know what I'm saying, like I remember it like it was, like yesterday, it was like, man, like, okay, Facebook, blah, howdy. And then, man, time after time come along, it's like, man, everybody on Facebook now. And good night, man. You got, these gamings. They got all these, different type of context. They got all these different abominable things, man. They got, they even got loopholes in Facebook, man. You know what I'm saying, where you can find yourself like, man, how did I even get here?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they have, Facebook Market. You know what I'm saying, where you can sell stuff on Facebook. It's like, man, like. It's just so crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you know what I'm saying, nothing wrong with the market or anything like that. But it's like, man, like, when you take you know what I'm saying, your personal issues with someone else to social media,
Right.
that shows that you have lack of discipline, man. You know what I'm saying? That that shows you that you are truly a coward, man. You know what I'm saying? And that shows you that you truly want what? You want people to do what? Hit that like, comment, share it. Let's let's spread negativity across the world. You know what I'm saying? Let's spread negativity within our own household. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue to throw what? Subliminal messages to other brothers and sisters, man, that may not understand it, but you know what I'm saying, we understand it. And that's what happens, man. You know what I'm saying, with social media. That's why I try to stay off social media to the point it's like, man, like I'm just over social media. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's just too much be going on with social media. It's like, man, like, is this really happening on social media right now?
Right.
Come on now. You understand? Let's go and get that scripture, brother. James 1:12. Shalom.
COMCAST. James 1:12.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed is the man that endures temptation.
Mm-hmm. Temptation. Let's stop right there, man. Temptation, man. Let's stop right there and let's look up that word temptation. You can use a computer. You know what I'm saying? Let's look up that word temptation and let's dissect this word temptation, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody been in science class, where they have to dissect the frogs and dissect the insects and all that. Let's dissect this word temptation. You understand? So we can get a better understanding of it. Go ahead. Whoever got it.
This is the definition of temptation in the Oxford language. The desire to do something, especially something wrong or unwise.
Wait. Hold on, brother. Let's slow that down just a little bit. Slow it down just a little bit. Let's read it one more time. You know what I'm saying? And unless for everybody that's tuning in, you know what I'm saying? This is what temptation means, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people say that, you know what I'm saying, the Lord is tempting me, the Lord is tempting me. Is the Lord going to tempt you to do something wrong? No, man. Let's read it, brother. Go ahead.
The desire to do something, especially something wrong or unwise.
It says, especially to do something that is wrong or unwise, man. You're going to be seduced to sleep with that sister, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be seduced to, eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be seduced to go into that Christian church, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be seduced, man, to do what? Tell your brother, man, that, that you don't love him and you don't have anything to back that up with, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be seduced to do all these abominable things that is unwise, man.
Right.
That is just truly unwise to the point where it's like, man, like where is all of this coming from, man?
Right.
You understand? Where is all this coming from, man? Let's go back to that scripture, Akaz.
Okay. Blessed is the man that endures temptation.
Okay, now let's stop right there. Let's look up that word endure. Now we know what the word temptation is. You understand? Let's see what endure means. You understand? Because the scripture says that endure temptation. We know what the word temptation is, but let's look up that word endure.
This is the definition of endure. Suffer something painful or difficult patiently.
Listen, man, it says suffer. You understand? Being in this truth, man, you have to endure, man.
Right.
A lot of people come in this truth, man, and they think that we just gonna drink and have a good time. But what happens when you have to endure some pain, man?
Right.
You understand? What happens when your family members look at you totally different, man? You understand? What happens when, you understand, who you thought was a rib, you understand, she just turns out to be just a whore.
Right.
You understand? What happens to when your own friends look at you totally different because you decide to come into this truth, man?
Right.
That's suffering right there, man. You understand? Because of course these supposed to be your road dogs. You understand? These supposed to, these people that you've been, that you grow up with. But now you're changing. You understand? You're having that change of a heart, man. You're truly repenting, which means to turn away from, man.
Right.
Turn away from all those abominable, those wicked things that you were just doing, man. That's suffering right there, man.
That's right.
You understand? But what are you suffering for, man? You're suffering for the kingdom of heaven, man.
Right.
That's what you're suffering for, man. You understand? That's why you truly have to endure, man. Endure, man. You understand? And the scripture says you have to endure what? You have to endure that temptation, man. You understand? Tell me that it's not, tell me that it's not hard, you understand, to just hit up a sister that you used to talk to in the world, but man, shit, what's going on, sis? It's been a minute, you know what I'm saying? I'm in this truth now, you know what I'm saying? But shit, what's good?
Right.
You understand? How about you come holler at me? Come see me. You understand? Come see me one time. You understand? What's good? Or you like you hit up the boys, be like, hey man, listen man, like I look man, I know I'm in this truth, man. Listen, it ain't gonna do nothing but take one night, man. You understand? We can go to that strip club one more time. You understand? We can go to that strip club one more time, and they won't even know, man. They won't even know. You understand? Like I can just say, yeah, like I gotta go. Like I gotta go back home. You understand? I gotta do X, Y, and Z, and they won't even know, man. Come on now. It's easy to do that, man. You understand? But what's not, man? When you suffer and be like, hey, what's going on, brother? Hey, they maybe want to go out and I got camp, brother. You understand? Like, I gotta go to a slave, brother. You understand? I gotta be in class.
Right.
You understand? I gotta go, I gotta go give some, some advice to a sister. You understand? I gotta drive, 200 miles to go pick up a sister, take her to, take her 100, another 150 miles just so she won't be in a jacked up situation.
Right.
You understand? That's suffering right there, man. That's truly enduring, man. You understand? That is just something that is just, and it shows your character. It also shows what? Stay in the class. Go ahead.
Discipline.
It shows your discipline, man. It truly shows your discipline, man. And it shows how patient you can truly be, man.
Right.
It shows your patience level, man. You understand? It's good to it's good to suffer some things, man. You understand? It's good to suffer some things, man. You understand? Continue to exist in that same state, man. Continue to stay in that same state, man. You know why? Because the man's gonna be like to the point where it's like, man, like, okay, I got over this. Now what's next? You understand? Like, now what do I have to overcome, man?
Right.
You understand? Because of course, once you overcome that obstacle, guess what? Another obstacle gonna come, man.
Right.
And then what happened, man? Once you come over that obstacle, everything might be cool. You understand? For a year or two, whatever the case may be. But guess what's gonna happen? Another obstacle, or what? Another stumbling block gonna come. Then what happened, man? It gets to the point where like, man, shoot, that little stumbling block right. Oh man, listen, man, don't worry about that stumbling block. I didn't already overcame that. You understand? Right. I'm not going back to that old person, no more. I'm not gonna go back to him, man. I can't go back to him because it's to the point where it's like, man, like, this stumbling block keep on testing me. You understand? I mean, she like not testing, keep on tempting me, man.
Right.
You understand? This stumbling block keep on tempting me to the point. It's like, man, all right, sip your little drink. Say no sweat.
Right.
No sweat. I got this one right here. And then bam, man, keep on pushing, man. Keep on fighting through, man.
Right.
You understand? Keep on fighting, man, and keep on showing, man, that UPK discipline, man. You understand? Keep on discipline, man. You understand? And just think about it, man. You understand? Like I don't mean you understand, to keep on talking about Hebrew Academy, man, but it's like, man, going through Hebrew Academy, and then, you know what I'm saying, like, be able to see a generation come up under you, it's like, man, like, it takes discipline, man, to be able to rock these covers, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the brothers that definitely got it, man, listen, man, don't take it for granted, man. You know what I'm saying? Remember Hebrew Academy for the rest of your life, man.
Right.
You understand? Because of course, it's gonna be in a time where you're gonna have to display how disciplined you truly are, and there's gonna be a time where you're gonna have to take some type of correction, man. There's nothing wrong with that at all, man. Nothing wrong with that at all, man. You know what I'm saying? And of course, man, those covers, man, and these covers, man, all across the nation of Israel and the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA, man. You know what I'm saying? These covers prove that you are truly hardcore, man. You know what I'm saying? We have endured, man, the rest and the time, man, and remain one West, man.
Right.
Truly remain one West, man. And that's what it's all about, man. You understand? And if you truly think about it, man, people say all the time, man. Think about it, man. People say what, man? People say that we're too loud. You know what I'm saying? We don't have jobs. But why are we on those corners, man? You know what I'm saying? Why are we in these classrooms, man? To wake up the 12 tribes of Israel, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To tell them that they don't have to be a spick anymore. You know what I'm saying? Tell them that they don't have to be an alcoholic native Indian, man. Tell them that they don't have to be just a nigga from the block, man.
Right.
Shalak, you know what I'm saying? They don't have to be that, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? According to that Bible, man, what is it, man? You know what I'm saying? We're above all these other nations, man. But what happens, man? America just comes down on us, man, and brings us all the way to the point where we hiding up under the table, man. You know what I'm saying? What's that scripture where it talks about how the princes are on horses and the servants are on the ground. I may be messing that scripture up, you know what I'm saying, but that's the scripture that came in my mind, you know what I'm saying, when I visualizing this, man. Go ahead.
I know which one I got.
All right. Let's go and get that scripture, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that just, like, it just makes me cringe, man. You know what I'm saying? When I see, you know what I'm saying? When I see here in 2020, example of how they treat us, man. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about police officers, we talk about our oppressor, you know what I'm saying? When we talk about all these other heathens, man,
Right.
it just so nerve wracking, man. You understand? And I remember, man, matter of fact, let me see if I can find this article just real quick. I know we kind of getting tied up on time, and I definitely want to make sure that I get these scriptures, man. Give me 1 second, man. Yeah, so this happened. I'm not certain. I'm pretty sure it happened a couple years ago, but I guess now the brother, he's actually suing. So where was this at? Here? Yeah, this was in 2020 in Decatur, Alabama. You understand? And I'm not going to read the whole article. You understand? Because I definitely want to get that precept by Shai is holding, and then you understand we're gonna continue to go. With the scripture, that Akaz gonna have, you know what I'm saying? But just to make a long story short, a black man was in Decatur, Alabama. Yeah, Decatur, Alabama was on March 15th, about 2020. So it was, it was just him in the store, and I'm paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? You can, matter of fact, I'm gonna give you his name just so you can do your research and you can look it up. Say his name is Mr. Penn, Penn. Let me see if I can find the brother first name. May not Kevin Penn. So KEVIN PENN. Of course, you can read that on your own time. For time's sake, I'm just gonna pretty much paraphrase it. So what happened was March 15, 2020. You understand, Mr. Penn, he called a police officer because someone was trying to steal out of his own liquor store. Now, of course, in Alabama, you understand, that's an open carry state. You understand, of course, you understand, he has his own, firearm. You understand, he has his own, firearm, of course, because he has a liquor store. And if I'm, by looks at it, it does look like it is in the hood, in some sense. So fast forward, of course, you understand, he had this liquor store where he owns this liquor store, and someone was trying to attempt to steal, out of his liquor store. So he gets on the phone called police. I'm gonna stop right there. I wanna, get y'all opinion and what y'all thoughts on what happened once the police arrived. He's still alive too, okay? I want y'all to, just take a wild guess of what happened. And anybody in the chat as well too, but I want to hear both of y'all opinion. Okay, no. It's all good. So I'm run it down. So a black man owned a liquor store in Decatur, Alabama, March 15, 2020. Someone tried to, someone is attempting to steal out of his liquor store. And then I was saying, of course, in Alabama, that's an open carry state. You know what I'm saying? He had, all of his license, and of course, you understand, you own a liquor store, so you definitely want to be strapped.
Right.
So, someone was trying to steal all of his liquor store, and he called the police. And I'm gonna stop right there. I want y'all to, tell me in your own words what you think would happen when the police arrived. Either one of y'all can go first. Go ahead.
Well, 9 times out of 10, they went up to him and approached him first.
Okay.
And,
I'll go ahead, Shalom.
just due to him having that gun probably made the situation a lot worse because he's a black man.
True. Kyle, what you think?
I was like, he straight up got arrested.
Both of y'all right, man.
Right.
And it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? But that's exactly what happened. So, of course, he called a police officer. The police, he has a gun in his hand, you know what I'm saying? Because, of course, he had to protect his liquor store.
Right.
So the police, they came very, very, they were very, very combative, you know what I'm saying? Like put your gun down. And you can see in the camera, you know what I'm saying? I want y'all to look this story up, you know what I'm saying, when y'all got time, you know what I'm saying? The brother name is Kevin Penn. And this happened in Decatur, Alabama, March 15th of 2020. And he's suing, you know what I'm saying, that police force and all that right now. You know what I'm saying? But go back to the story, of course. So, the police officers get there, they say, oh, yeah, you got a gun, you know what I'm saying, go ahead, put the gun down, you know what I'm saying, do all that. And, meanwhile, you know what I'm saying, the thief is just sitting in the corner, you know what I'm saying, trying to, figure out, what should he do now, you know what I'm saying, because, of course, I'm pretty sure the brother had a gun to his face, you know what I'm saying, all that, because he was trying to steal, whatever the case may be. But, of course, the brother wasn't trying to, be any type of threat. He was just solemnly trying to protect his business.
Right.
So police officers get there. You know what I'm saying? They out the window. They knocking at the window. Of course, he comes up, to the, to his establishment. You know what I'm saying? His door, with his gun in his hand. So police officers tell him to, go unload the gun, and he's complying. So he goes, and you can see it is all on camera. You know, so he goes to right in front of the camera, unloads the gun. You know what I'm saying? Even the one in the chamber unloads it. You know what I'm saying? And and then they come in. And they said, they come charging him, and one police officer knocks him clean out cold, man. Broke his chin, was missing a tooth.
Dang.
And then, of course, they get him on the ground, you know what I'm saying, and, they arrested him. You understand? And so, of course, they arrested him, And then what happened? You understand? Of course, and the reason why they were saying, the reason why you're getting arrested was because the black man was saying, I'm gonna file a formal complaint because I'm the one called y'all.
Right.
And of course, the police officer, he had several complaints about him. And what happened to him? Nothing at all. I'm talking about prior. Now, I don't know what's going to happen now, you know what I'm saying, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he just filed this. So, of course, I'm going to follow up with it and everything. And, but yeah, so while all this is going on, in the midst of all this, you have a Caucasian just sitting there looking at this while all this goes on. And he went from criminal to victim within 15 seconds. He went from criminal to victim within 15 seconds.
Wow.
And they did not arrest him at all. You understand? From my understanding, they did not arrest him at all, man. Come on now. Well, you got that precept, Shaya?
Come. Ecclesiastes 10 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen servants upon horses,
Mm-hmm.
and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
Good night, man. Is that not a perfect example of what we just said? You understand, within the story, man? But the crazy thing about it is, this happens almost every single day. You understand, whether it catches mainstream media, Facebook, whatever the case may be, you witness. Shoot, I'm pretty sure a lot of brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, have had witnesses firsthand, whether it was indirectly or directly, have witnessed some type of you being belittled, or you're being called names, or you're getting the crazy looks.
Right.
You understand, as if like you're just nothing. You understand? The scripture says he have seen the servants ride upon horses, and the princes are just walking in the streets, man. When we're supposed to be up on the horses, man, and they're supposed to be what? Cleaning our boots, man. You understand? Doing, doing exactly what we're doing for them, man.
Right.
You understand? But best believe, man, you understand, when our king, man, Yahweh Mashiach comes back, man, to restore order in this place, oh, man, just a wonderful day that will be, man.
Right.
You understand? He's going to display his discipline, and guess what else, man? He's going to show that he's truly going to avenge Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, man. You understand? For everything that all oppressor and all these other heathens has done to his people, man. You understand? And that's what it's all about, man. Where we at now, Makas? What you holding?
James 1:12.
James 1 and 12.
Okay.
All right. So you hold James 1 and 12. All right. Let's get it.
Come. James 1 and 12. Blessed is the man that endures temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life.
You understand? And that's what it's about, man. You understand? You understand? Just like I, talked about, you understand, as far as how people, portray the I.S.U.P.K, man.
Right.
You understand? And when I say portray the I.S.U.P.K, man, it's like, like we're looked at as, just like they were portrayed in the Bibles, you understand, in the Old and New Testament, man. You understand? How they were portrayed for pushing forth this truth, man. You understand? And that's what it's truly all about, man. You understand? Because me personally, I like those looks, man. You understand? Like, I like the looks of, when people look at me like, oh man, like, them, like the I.S.U.P.K, it's like, man, like they just, like, it's like, man, like, what can we say negative about them, man? You understand? Like, what can we truly say negative about them, man? And I look at them like, man, it's truly, like, we're truly undefeated, man. You understand? We don't have any issues, man. You understand? We don't have any faults, man. We don't have any things, man. You understand? And that's what it's all about, man. You understand? Because, of course, people in the truth, you understand, we are hardcore, you understand, to the bone, man. But we're living by this Bible, man. And in the Christian church, they're doing what, man? Living a lie, man. Christianity is just one big lie, man. And these other forms of Christianity is what? It's just all different forms of lies, man. Over and over and over again, man. It's that residual cycle of just being lied to, man. But guess what happens, man? What happens, man? Kids come in that church after generation, after generation, after generation of just lies, man. So of course, man, when you do, you know what I'm saying, find that brother or sister, man, that is open to the truth, man, don't give up on them, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't, say, oh, you know what I'm saying, we just gonna, snatch his brother up, you know what I'm saying, hold him hostage and, he gonna learn what we learn. No, man. Because you have to realize also as well, too, this truth ain't for everybody, man. You understand? It's the same, man, that everybody know, man. The truth hurts, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The truth will cut you to the bone, man. It's going to make you to become a man and to make you to become a righteous man. And also for sisters, to make you to become a righteous sister, man. The truth ain't just nothing to just, to just to play with. Just like, oh, man, I'm just going to sit down, learn. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? If you want to learn from us, you know what I'm saying? You want to, continue to pay tithes, you know what I'm saying? Continue to come to high holy days, do all that. Nothing wrong with that, man. You know what I'm saying? But if you truly want to be 10 toes deep in this truth, man, you know what I'm saying? And truly shed yourself for the world, man, and put in, you know what I'm saying? And truly put in the brick, you know what I'm saying? And truly put in this work, man. That's what it's all about, man. Because of course, man, a Christian church, man, they're gonna listen, look at, some guy with a Roman toga, and think that he's God, man. You know what I'm saying? I was watching, Facebook, and they had this, which I don't know, he had some type of form of homosexuality on him, and they had a line of people, and he quote unquote laid hands on everybody, and everybody just passed out. I'm like, is that what this is coming to? You know what I'm saying? That is truly what this is coming to, man. Where it's like, man, it's like, Christianity is like an entertainment show, man. It's like, it's like, man, like you might as well just, just turn on, some type of Christian platform if you want entertainment, because that's what you're gonna get. Right. But if you want to come into this truth, man, you gotta be ready to shed yourself for the world, man. Right. You gotta, man, like you gotta get all that negativity out of your mind, man. You understand? You gotta get all of that unrighteousness out of your mind, man. You gotta think of all of what, man, all of that, everything that you did in the past. You gotta get all that out of your mind, man. All of it out of your mind, man. Because of course, man, that's not going to fly in here, man. You understand? What scripture we at right now? Shalaya.
James 1:20.
Mm-hmm. You understand? And you gotta think about it, you know what I'm saying? When the scripture says, you know what I'm saying, where what is it? Where one or two are gathered, you know what I'm saying? Of course he's here, you know what I'm saying? He's here. Now, of course, you know what I'm saying, dealing with math, of course, you know what I'm saying, sometimes, 1 + 1 is 2, meaning what, man, that you're gaining someone. But sometimes, man, 1 + 1 is just 1, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes 1 + 1 is just 1. You know what I'm saying? You can have a person that's in the truth and a person that's not in the truth. They're not going to come together and collide, you know what I'm saying? Or try to become one. Because there's going to be some type of conflict, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be some type of, him wanting to be over this person or the person that want to be over him.
Right.
Hey, man, no sweat, man. Go ahead and do your thing, man. But when that 1 + 1 does become 2, and then that 2 + 2 becomes 4, you know what I'm saying? And 8 and 16 and 32 and, 84 and so on and so on. That's what it's all about, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't, waste your time on that 1 just + 1. It's not going to go anywhere. You understand? That 1 + 1 is not going to go anywhere. It's going to say 1 + 1. You know what I'm saying? You have all this knowledge and this truth, and that person, that say that they're open to it, and they say that they want to learn and listen. You're going to see it just time after time after time after time. It's just another residual cycle of you breaking down scriptures to them, another residual cycle of you just keep on doing this, keep on doing that. And that's something that I had to learn, you know what I'm saying? That's something that I'll continue to learn, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, like, this truth is not for everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? I can say that, oh man, I want this brother, come in strong, you know what I'm saying? He has potential, you know what I'm saying? He always, he has that. But it's like, man, it's other brothers that we can, that we can reach out to, you know what I'm saying? It's other sisters that, want to learn this truth versus you worrying about this 1 + 1 brother, man. I was like, this is just that 1 + 1 brother, you know what I'm saying? And just equaling 1 + 1 versus that 1 + 1 truly equaling 2, man. You understand? And that's what it's all truly about, man. You understand? You have to, truly to be trained to, obtain this discipline, man. You know what I'm saying? And it took me some time, man. You know what I'm saying? To just realize, like, man, like, it's just, they just don't want it, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't have, that discipline or like they don't have, that need for correction.
Right.
And there's no sweat. So the point I'm like, man, listen, man, no sweat, brother. Listen, I done laid everything out for you. If you don't want it, no sweat, man. Still love you as a brother, you know what I'm saying? We can still, drink, you know what I'm saying, all that. But you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the truth, let's not even talk about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's not even talk about it, you know what I'm saying? Because we're about doing what, man? Gathering together, man.
Right.
So we can come together, man. Because we are a nation that's not desired.
Right.
But if you want to be desired here in America, you can be desired in America, man. I'm not going to be desired in America because I want America to crumble for everything that they have done to Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. So how are we going to match? How are we truly going to be 1 + 1 is 2? We're just going to be 1 + 1. And that's all we're going to do, man. You love America. According to the Bible, I hate America. You understand? I love Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. You love Africans, heathens, so-called Europeans, East Indians, Chinese, Japanese. You love them. That's just 1 + 1. It ain't no sweat though, brother. Go ahead and get down, man. What they say, Yashaya, do you. Do you. All right. Where we at now?
James 1:12.
All right, let's get it.
Oh, God. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
Mm-hmm.
For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life,
Mm-hmm.
which the Lord hath promised to them that love him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to read all the way down to 14, and then we're going to break it down.
Verse 13. Let no man say, when he is tempted, I am tempted of God.
Mm-hmm.
For God cannot be tempted with
Mm-hmm.
evil.
Right.
Neither tempteth he any man.
Right.
Verse 14. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed.
All right, Most High Christ. Let's go ahead and go back up to verse 12, and then we're going to break down these 3 scriptures.
Blessed is the man that endures temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. For the Lord hath promised to them that love him.
You understand? Being in the world, man, trying to get high, trying to get that lady high, and you see a brother or sister in the school, you understand, and they ask you for a ride, but you know that they high. It's like, man, like imagine, you understand, like you're riding, you understand, or so like imagine that you're just, freshly coming out of, like you're freshly coming out of a convenience store, like a drug store, and you have some black miles on you, or you have what they call them, cigars, or like the stuff that you put the weed in. Good night. Swishers. He know about it. No, I'm just playing. Totally just playing. You know what I'm saying? The Swisher Sweets. And you have them in your pocket, you understand, and you put everything in your pocket, or you put everything in your book bag, and you just walk in, and you see a brother and a sister in the school.
Right.
Are you gonna ask that brother and sister to pick you up, or are you just gonna keep walking? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You're just gonna keep walking, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that you're what, man? That you're not, fully equipped just at that time, man. And guess what? There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, they are, have done that, or they're in that process of going through that now. You know what I'm saying? So of course we don't want to chastise them or anything like that. But at the same time, we want to, allow them to, and show them that of course their wrongdoings, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's to the point where, of course, if you keep on telling a person their wrongdoings over and over again, it's going to have to get to a point where you just back off.
Right.
It goes back to that 1 + 1. They want to be that 1 + 1. No sweat, brother. I'm still gonna pray for you. You know what I'm saying? You can still attend, high holy days and do all that. But of course, when it comes to truly building and truly doing the work of the Most High, we just not there, man. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. You understand? Nothing wrong with that at all, man.
Right.
You understand? Because of course, man, the ones that truly want to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, guess where they're going to be at, man? They're going to be in class like y'all brothers are right now, man.
Right.
They're going to be available for camp, man. They're going to be at camp. You understand? They're going to be, they're going to be doing the work of the Most High, man.
Right.
You understand? They're going to have multiple wives. Good night. You understand? Shaggy, I know a little something about that, man. You understand? They're going to have those multiple wives, man.
Right.
You understand? They're going to want to do what, man? They're going to want to, bleed in blood and be around the brothers as much as possible, man.
Right.
You understand? Because they know in the world, you understand, they're like their friends. They're not going to have that brotherhood, man. You understand? They're not going to want to, go out with you. You understand? I mean, good night, man. Man, listen, man. All throughout Israel, man. You understand? We have a good time. You understand? Whether it's, where we throwing something on the grill, whether we're cooking, whether we out in the club. You understand? Whether you understand? We just chilling at school, just having a good time, man.
Right.
You understand? That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's truly all about, man. Being with those people that's on the same mind as you, man.
Right.
On the same mind as you, man. You understand? On that same true mind as you is doing what, man? Trying to get that crown like we talking about earlier, man.
Right.
Following those laws, statutes, and commandments, man. You know what I'm saying? Because just like we talked about earlier, man, the world is truly lawless, man, and doesn't truly love the Most High, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We are giving it our all, man, to follow them in the day in, day out, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters in the world, man, it's like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we want to, follow America. You know what I'm saying? We want to follow America day in and day out, man, over and over again, to the point where it's like, man, it's just easy as, waking up and going to the bathroom, or, waking up and brushing your teeth. You know what I'm saying? Or waking up and getting in the shower, waking up and, eating breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your cycle is doing in the morning, or what, waking up and getting on your phone. You know what I'm saying? Like that's real popular now. Waking up, tossing over and, flicking up, see what's trending. You know what I'm saying? See what's on your phone type deal, man. You understand? And that's why, we're so separate from everyone else, man. You know what I'm saying? Because while we're suffering in the most perfect way possible, in the most righteous way possible, by following these laws, statutes, and commandments, guess what's happening, man? America is still going on, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? America don't even realize what's truly happening within these scriptures, man, and how prophetic it is, man, and how prophetic sound it is, man. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because we have that sound doctrine, man. You know what I'm saying? When we hear that doctrine, it's like music to our ears, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When we hear World War III is stringing up and Christ is on his way, you know what I'm saying, to come back to redeem himself, it's like a music that's going on in our ear, like, man, I keep hearing it. I'm reading it, but now I'm actually seeing it, man. That's a music doctrine.
Right.
You understand? It's like, man, it's just so good. Like, it's just, man, it's like the best thing I've ever tasted, man.
Right.
You understand? You just get filled up with so much joy, man. It's like, man, Christ is truly on his way back, man, to
That's
redeem
right.
his people, man. And that's what all it's all about, man. Go ahead and read verse 13, brother.
Okay. Verse 13. Let no man say, when he is tempted, I am tempted of God.
You understand? You have to fight, man. You understand? And, truly think about that, man. Discipline gives us the opportunity to be more disciplined, man. You understand? If you think about someone that is, someone that is very deceiving, you know what I'm saying? And, once they deceive you, guess what you're going to do? You're going to deceive others, correct?
Right.
But of course, once you gain that discipline and gain that correction, what are you going to be able to do, man? You're going to be able to do what? Discipline others, man.
Right.
You're going to be able to correct brothers in the most righteous way possible, man. You understand? And that's what it's all about, man. You understand? You have to be a point, like just like how I gave you, the analogy of how someone can, just go on with life of, just doing everything in their own way. That's how I gotta be with this truth as well too, man. You have to eat, breathe this truth, man, over and over and over again, to the point where it's like, man, you waking up, I gotta do something for the truth. What? Waking up, I gotta do something for the truth. What? Waking up, I gotta do something for the truth. Over and over and over again, to the point it's like, man, like, I'm living and dying this truth, man.
Right.
You understand? And ain't nothing gonna stop me from it, man.
Right.
And that's what it's all about, man. You understand? You think about, you understand, like, think about it in a sense like this, you know what I'm saying, when you're lifting weights, you know what I'm saying? You're lifting weights, whether you're doing push-ups, whether you're doing curls, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Do a lot of brothers, they stay at that same weight? You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of brothers, you understand, like, they like to, like, just get toned and they just stay at that same weight. But over time, it's like, man, like, I want to see how much I can max out, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Think about, maxing out as your zeal, you understand? Like, man, like, I got some zeal right now, but let me see if I can max out my zeal, you understand? Like, like, to the point where you get called for, from our camp and say, hey, slow down some, Mark, you know what I'm saying? Your zeal is way too up now, you understand?
Right.
Get to the point where it's like, man, I'm about to max out my zeal right now.
Right.
I'm about to just push it to the limit. And then like, okay, well, that's my max out right there. But what happens after that? You find a new way to max them. You want to add some more weight to it, right?
Right.
You want to add more, orders and, offices and whatever the case may be to your plate. It's like now, so this one's like, man, I'm maxing out, but not even knowing, you understand that bench pressing 550 because it just becomes so easy, man. It be the same way with your zeal, man. It's like, man, like I'm checking in, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. Like, oh man, like I need to add more A, B, C, and X, Y, and Z. I need to add more things to my plate, man. And you just keep on adding things like, dang, like you sit back like, man, I didn't know I was doing all this.
Right.
But guess what? I feel like I can do just a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? That goes back to what we was talking about, self-examining yourself, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like doing that is like to the point it's like, man, like I didn't, like you wake up one day, it's like, damn, like good grief, like I didn't know I can max out like this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I thought my zeal level was, to the roof. He's like, oh man, you're gaining more zeal. You know what I'm saying? You're gaining more understanding. You know what I'm saying? You're gaining more knowledge. You're gaining more discipline. You're able to take that correction and not show that you're a coward. You understand? And that's what it's truly all about, man.
Right.
That's what it's truly all about, man. Fighting your demons, man. You know what I'm saying? Fighting those demons of America over and over and over again, man.
Right.
To the point where that demon won't even message you about that situation. Forget about it, man. Forget about it. Just like that, man. Read that scripture one more time, Akaz, if you don't mind, brother.
Come. Let no man say, when he is tempted, I am tempted of God.
Mm-hmm.
For God cannot be tempted with evil.
You understand? You cannot be tempted with evil, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to knock that evil off you, man. Meaning what? You got to get stronger and stronger and stronger again, man. Let's read verse 14. Kind of getting a long time. Hopefully I'll be able to get through these rest of these scriptures. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Come. Verse 14. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed.
Good night, man. You know what I'm saying? When you follow your own lust, of course, that's self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? We went in that to a little earlier. You know what I'm saying? When you find your way in the temptation of weed, whores, strip clubs. You know what I'm saying? Going to the club. You know what I'm saying? With your own homeboys. You know what I'm saying? When you going to the club. You know what I'm saying? With a sister that doggone well you don't have no business doing. You know what I'm saying? And you just continue to find yourself, in the midst of just negativity, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? In the midst of just wrong. But guess what? You put yourself there, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you don't follow after your lust, guess what's gonna happen, man? You're gonna follow after what's righteous, man. You're gonna truly follow after what's righteous, man. To the point where it's like, man, like those lusts that I had before, it's like, man, like they're just magically going away.
Right.
Oh, brother, you're putting on that new man. You understand? You're putting on that new sis. You understand? That's what you're putting on, man.
Right.
Let's go and drop that for time's sake. Let's go to Revelation chapter 3, verse 13.
Revelation 3 and 13.
3 and 10, Shalah, yeah.
Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Now, You gotta think about this, man. You know what I'm saying? Christ is speaking to the Israelites, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you have been disciplined. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to X, Y, Z for you. Do all these things for you. Guess what, man? I'm gonna do the same thing for you when that trial of temptation do come. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna weed you out of that. You know what I'm saying? All because of you showed your discipline and you showed that you were courage. And, had enough courage to not do all those abominable things, man. Just because you was able to show that you was able to endure. I'm gonna do this for you, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these things have changed, man. But if you think about it, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like a lot of stuff have changed around the world. You know what I'm saying? But have the I.S.U.P.K changed? No, man. You know what I'm saying? Throughout this whole pandemic, were we not open?
Right.
Did we not have class?
Right.
Think about that, man. What other, what I call it, forms of Christianity was open during that time, man?
Nice.
None. But we was rocking and rolling like it was nothing else, man. You know what I'm saying? We was making sure that, of course, we was practicing the quote-unquote, you know what I'm saying, the social distancing, man. You know what I'm saying? We made sure that we had masks. You know what I'm saying? We made sure that we had, the at-home COVID test and all those great things, man. You know what I'm saying? To prevent that from coming in here, man, and prevent it from happening, man. You understand? But guess what, man? The work never stopped with us, man.
Right.
The work will never stop with us, man. You know what I'm saying? Until our King YAHANNA comes and to restore order in this place, man. That's what it's all about, man. You understand? Let's go and keep on going for time's sake, brother.
Okay.
Read verse. Let's drop down to verse 12 for time's sake, Shalaya.
Okay. Verse 12. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me see. Think about, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to ask a question, but I'm just going to get straight to it. Think about as a pillar, because like the scripture says, it's holding up a building, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I am going to ask a question. You know what I'm saying? What would that be? What would a pillar be in the I.S.U.P.K? What would a pillar be in the I.S.U.P.K?
So like,
Go ahead.
you just an example.
Example, yeah.
All right. Captain Cesaria.
Captain Cesaria, perfect example. Shayalan, Brotherhood, man.
Right.
You understand? All pillars in this troop, man. Cause you know why? You understand why? Captain Cesaria is battling Christians. He didn't destroy the whole conscious community to a pope. You understand? So somebody said something on that?
Marcus said the generals.
The generals, I mean, good night, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember, you know what I'm saying, Commander YAHANNA would say, it was just him and Jeremiah and Jeremiah.
Right.
And they would sleep in this little hut. It was almost like a little hut, and they would and they would come up with these ideas, you know what I'm saying? They would just, do all these miraculous things. And it's to the point where, like, man, it was, 1, then it became, 3, 7, and, captains, and, officers, and, troopers and young men, and, of course the sisters was, right along there with them. It's like, man, and now, I mean, I remember when I first came in troop, my first Passover, man, it was about 150 people at Passover, man. 150, man. I maybe 300. You understand? And you look at the Passover that was in Florida, man. Like, I mean, good night, man. Like, it's just grown so much to the point where, man, me and Jimmy House said we may have Passover at Madison Square Garden, man.
Right.
Like, come on now. Like, man, like, you cannot tell me, you know what I'm saying, that the Lord is not with the I.S.U.P.K, man. You know what I'm saying? Those pillars, man, are, or of course, the people that are non-movable, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you think of a pillar, you know what I'm saying, holding up a building, that pillar not going to go anywhere, man. Even if that building, you know what I'm saying, get wiped away, 9 out of 10 times that pillar is going to be right there standing up. You know why? Because it's rooted in the ground, man.
Right.
And everything grows around it, man. It's the same like with the pillars in the truth, man. These pillars, they're going to stay there and everything around them is just going to evolve, man. Now, eventually, of course, there's going to be more pillars, but of course, I mean, truth be told, it is going to be brothers and sisters that just happen to lead the truth. But we understand that they were just not here, and we were not going to waste our time with them, man. There's no sweat, man. You understand? Yikes, man. I wanted to get, let's I kind of want to go a little bit more in detail on that, but let's go ahead and go to Hebrews 12:1. This is going to be our last one, man. Shalaya. Any questions or comments online?
No.
All right.
Earlier, Marcus said, when he was talking about the pastor, falling out, he said, did you see the one with the jacket?
The jacket? What was that?
Remember that pastor that was swinging his jacket?
Oh, yeah, and like hitting people?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I've definitely seen that. Let's go ahead and go to Hebrews 12:1, and this is going to be our last one. Hebrews 12:1.
Hebrews 12:1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of a witness, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
Listen, man, this is what it's all about, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Since there's a cloud to witness, man, you know what I'm saying? Of course, not just people. Lay aside that weight, man. You know what I'm saying? Your troubles, you know what I'm saying, or your burden, something that's not allowing you to sin, man. You know what I'm saying? Weight, you know what I'm saying? Of course, everybody has bills, you know what I'm saying? But like, like how can bills become a weight to you? You know what I'm saying? Like you can't allow those bills to, disturb you from doing the work of the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? Or keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, man.
Right.
You cannot allow that to happen, man. You know what I'm saying? And of course, not having enough of, as far as, when it comes to bills, you know what I'm saying? Of course, say for instance, somebody get a raise or, and they're not able to keep up their bills, is like, and then they get a raise, is like, and they're still not able to keep up with their bills, is like, man, something along the line, you know what I'm saying? They, they never had it, man. And there's, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? That's why we have counsel. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why we have, you know what I'm saying, brothers and sisters, man. You know what I'm saying, that are, that majored in finances and, major in, all of these things. So they'll be able to sit down with you and lay out your finances, man. You know what I'm saying? And be able to talk about, how to conduct your bills, man. And, how to, show your discipline, when it comes to managing your bills and, saying that something may have to be, you know what I'm saying, something may have to be late so you can be able to, pay another bill. There's nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? Because of course that's where discipline comes in, man. You know what I'm saying? That's where, of course, laying everything out and saying that, okay, well, I have A, B, and C that has to be paid, but X, Y, and Z has to be paid first. Of course, go ahead and pay that first and worry about the ABC later. Nothing wrong with that, man. It's just like with the truth, man. You know, so you can't say that, oh, you know what? I really need to go, sleep with this sister. But on the other hand, like, man, I need to go pass out flyers with the brothers.
Right.
You gotta weigh it out. Like, man, like, what's more important? The sisters, trust me, the sisters are always gonna be there, man. Right. You understand? But that brotherhood that you're gonna experience, if you decide to go sleep with that sister, you're not going to be able to gain that toolage and everything that you need. So, of course, when you do go live with that sister, when you do go be with that sister and, everything, you'll have everything that you do need so you won't give up on your brothers, man, for the ones that's going to come below you, you understand, and come up under your tutelage, man. Right. And that's what it's all about, man. You have to weigh out your options, man. You understand? You have to weigh out what's more important and what's less important. Not saying that it's not important. Of course, man, everybody want a rib, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want a family. Everybody want these abominable things. I mean, not abominable things. Everybody want these great things. Right. You understand? But of course, where are you going to get the toolage from, man? How are you going to learn how to deal with multiple wives? How are you going to learn how to deal with, how to deal with a brother, man, and how to deal with a sister, man? So what, man? So of course, once you've grown and you'll be able to, show yourself approved and you're able to endure to the end. Guess what else happens, man? The men up under you, man, are going to see that. Oh man, that brother is okay. I need to follow his footsteps, man.
Right.
And that's what it's all about, man. Having that residual cycle of righteousness, man. Got no past class over the precinct officer, SHALAM.
Get that wonderful precinct officer in hand. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for a brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if their brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. I mean 10th in Hebrew, Ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Up holy convocation. Feast of First Fruits starts after Sabbath, unleavened bread, sundown, Saturday, April 23rd, 2022. Count 50 days, celebrate the 50th day, Sunday, June 12, 2022. Start before sundown, Leviticus 23:10-22. Reminder to Akim and Akwa to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that,